Buckle up. Here's a full long-form cinematic YouTube review script written in a storytelling flow. No headings, no channel name, just pure narration energy the way you asked. Style is bold, retro, emotional, and made for voiceover. Growing heart fire. The moment this car rolls into view, you already know it's not here to be quiet. This isn't one of those modern machines trying to blend in with traffic, hiding behind safe colors and predictable lines. This pink SS muscle car shows up like it owns the street, unapologetic, loud in personality even before the engine turns over. It's the kind of car that makes people stop mid-sentence, pull out their phones, and argue whether it's insane or genius. And honestly, that's exactly the point. Pink on a muscle car is a statement most manufacturers wouldn't dare make, especially in 2025 where everything is either blacked out, silver, or wrapped in matte gray. But this one leans straight into retro rebellion. The paint isn't soft or cute, it's aggressive, glossy, and confident. Under the sunlight, the color shifts with depth, highlighting every curve, every crease, every piece of old-school muscle DNA baked into the body. This isn't nostalgia done gently. This is nostalgia turned up to 11. The front end immediately hits you with classic SS attitude. A wide, intimidating grille sits low and proud, flanked by aggressive headlights that blend retro styling with modern lighting tech. You can tell this car respects its roots but refuses to live in the past. The hood stretches long and muscular, with subtle bulges that hint at serious power hiding underneath. This is not a decorative hood. This is a promise. From the side profile, the car looks like it's flexing even while parked. Long doors, a low roofline, and that unmistakable muscle car stance give it a planted, dominant presence. The wheel arches are bold and filled properly, no awkward gaps here. The wheels themselves are a perfect contrast against the pink body, finished in dark tones that ground the look and remind you that beneath the flashy color is a serious performance machine. Walk around to the rear, and the attitude doesn't drop for a second. The taillights stretch wide, echoing classic SS designs while integrating modern LED elements. The rear bumper is chunky, aggressive, and functional, with exhaust tips that don't hide or apologize. They sit there proudly, waiting to announce themselves the moment you hit the throttle. This car doesn't whisper, it roars. Open the door, and the interior continues the retro meets modern theme in the best way possible. You don't step into a stripped-out race car or an overcomplicated digital cockpit. Instead, you're welcomed by an interior that feels emotional, driver-focused, and surprisingly refined. The seats are deep and supportive, wrapped in premium materials that balance comfort with grip. Whether you're cruising the city or pushing hard on open roads, these seats hold you like they know exactly what kind of driving this car is built for. The dashboard design respects old-school muscle car layouts, but everything feels tightened up and modernized. Physical controls are still here. Real buttons, real switches, things you can touch without looking away from the road. But mixed in are modern screens, clean displays, and smart tech that doesn't overpower the experience. This is a cockpit designed for drivers, not for showing off software updates. The steering wheel feels thick and purposeful in your hands. It's not overly complicated, not overloaded with unnecessary controls. Just enough tech to keep things modern, while keeping the focus where it belongs, on driving. Behind it, the gauge cluster blends classic round dials with digital precision, giving you the best of both worlds. You get that old-school muscle car feel, but with modern accuracy and clarity. Materials throughout the cabin feel solid and well thought out. Soft touch surfaces, quality stitching, and subtle design details elevate the experience. Even small things like door panels and center console storage feel intentional, not cheap or rushed. This is a car that wants to be driven daily, not just admired on weekends. But let's be honest, nobody buys an SS muscle car just to admire the interior. The real magic happens when you press the start button. The engine fires up with a deep, unmistakable growl that instantly reminds you what this car is about. This isn't artificial sound pumped through speakers. This is real combustion, real power, real muscle. Under the hood sits a powerful V8 setup, tuned to deliver brutal acceleration while still being refined enough for modern driving standards. Throttle response is immediate. Tap the gas, and the car reacts without hesitation. Press harder, and the rear end squats as torque floods the wheels. This thing doesn't just accelerate, it launches. 0 to 60 happens fast enough to pin you back in your seat, and the sound it makes while doing it is pure American muscle theater. On the road, the car feels surprisingly composed. Yes, it's aggressive. Yes, it wants to go fast. But it's also stable, confident, and predictable. The suspension is tuned to balance comfort and performance, soaking up rough surfaces better than you'd expect while still staying tight in corners. You can cruise this car comfortably, but the moment you decide to push, it transforms instantly. Steering is direct and communicative, giving you a clear sense of what the front wheels are doing. You don't feel disconnected like in some overly assisted modern cars. Instead, there's weight, feedback, and confidence. It feels mechanical, alive, and engaging, exactly how a muscle car should feel. Braking performance is strong and reassuring. Large performance brakes bring the car down from speed without drama, even after repeated hard stops. Pedal feel is firm, progressive, and confidence-inspiring. This is important, because when you've got this much power, you need brakes that can keep up. Driving this car through city streets turns every red light into an event. People look, they smile, some shake their heads in disbelief. Others give thumbs up, kids point, adults remember their youth. This car doesn't just transport youth, it creates moments everywhere it goes. On highways, the car settles into a comfortable rhythm. The engine hums with authority, the cabin remains surprisingly quiet, and long drives feel effortless. Modern insulation and smart engineering make sure you're not exhausted after hours behind the wheel. This is muscle car maturity at its finest. Fuel efficiency isn't the headline here, but for a powerful V8 muscle car, it's respectable. Drive calmly, and it behaves. Drive aggressively, and it drinks, as it should. This car isn't pretending to be something it's not. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where things get really interesting. For 2025, this pink SS muscle car sits in a competitive performance segment. Depending on configuration, market, and optional packages, prices are expected to start in the mid-performance range and climb as you add premium features, upgraded interiors, performance packages, and customization options. What you're really paying for here isn't just horsepower or technology. You're paying for personality, for presence, for a car that refuses to blend in. In a world full of safe designs and predictable choices, this muscle car dares to be different. Compared to rivals, it offers strong value when you consider the performance, build quality, and emotional appeal. Some competitors might offer slightly more tech or marginally better efficiency, but very few deliver this level of character. And character is something you can't measure on a spec sheet. This car is not for everyone, and that's exactly why it matters. It's for drivers who want their vehicle to say something before they even step out. It's for people who appreciate muscle car heritage but want modern reliability and comfort. It's for those who understand that sometimes, cars are more than transportation. Their identity. The pink paint might scare some people. Others will fall in love instantly. But no one ignores it. And in today's automotive world, that might be the biggest achievement of all. By the time you shut the engine off and walk away, you'll probably look back at it. Most people do. Because this car doesn't fade into memory. It sticks with you. The sound, the color, the power, it all leaves an impression that lingers long after the drive is over. This pink SS muscle car proves that retro muscle isn't dead. It's evolving. It's louder, bolder, and more confident than ever. And in 2025, that kind of fearless attitude feels refreshing. If cars had personalities, this one would be unapologetically loud, stylish, and powerful, a retro beast that absolutely refuses to be ignored.